My name is Shitu Habib, popularly and politically known as SAICO, SAICO, that's an acronym. So I'm a 400 level final year student, and I'm also the president of Political Science and International Relations Students, University of Abuja.
As
Thank
a
you.
student of political science, have you heard about the student loan that the presidency is proposing?
Yes,
It's going
yes,
to commence by next year,
exactly,
January.
exactly.
What do you make of the loan,
You know,
given
as
the conditions attached to it?
according to with the condition attached to it, and as a political science student, based on analysis, based on the fact that Nigeria has been giving students opportunities to apply for several loans. Apart from government loans, we have some private loans as well. So it has never been something that is easy for students to access. Only few will be able to get just because of the requirements and everything attached to it. So as I'm looking at it, for it to be graded and for me to grade it, I will be like 20% of students in Nigeria will be able to access it because almost everybody don't even have the full requirements for the loan. So that's it.
Things are very, very expensive in the markets.
Yes.
Things are very, very costly. The economy is fighting quite hard. What advice do you give to students so that they can cope with the economic harshness we have now?
Yeah, it is actually crystal clear that when we talk about hardship has become something that Nigerians really embrace, which is not meant to be. The government make us believe that everything they do is not their fault but the citizens' fault. But it is going to be a very, very bad thing for us as a student to accept that within ourselves that this hardship, this increase in price of everything. Imagine last year transportation is so high. Last year we are still complaining that last year transportation is high. This year is still high and we are still coping. So what do you expect as students? What are we going to do? We can't kill ourselves. In Yoruba, they used to say, Marawa, which is very, very, that's just the truth. We'll just keep trying as much as possible to see a way we as students can engage ourselves in entrepreneurial programs, talking to our friends, looking for a way to generate funds ourselves, getting some student works. Like in University of Abuja now, right now, we have student workers and school pay them. So if we see some other students too that can actually join, so we can't just rely on the money our parents give us from home. We know that it's not going to be enough. We know it's not enough. But as students, we should try as much as possible to see a way which we can generate some funds ourselves. That's the advice I will give.
Has there been a recent school fees hike in Uni Abuja?
Yes, it's yeah.
What led to that?
Okay. I feel the management actually have their reasons for it, and it is not okay with students, and it is something that most parents find difficult to pay as well. Some really, really said, okay, because of this school fees, you have to drop out, and that's not the case. That's not the case. When this thing came up, students were not happy. Students were like ready to protest, and we know that if we keep protesting, they've already made the decision. They don't have Students don't have the choice. Even if we have another choice, the choice that we have is to pay that money. So that's just that. No, nothing to say much about that.
So that
Because
brings me to the
because
next
they
question. What did the student union government do to engage with the management?
Yes, according to the release, I mean the press release of the student union government, then they tried their best and they attended several meetings where they called all student leaders, explained to them why they actually increased this school fees, give them reasons why they have to increase it. But they try to plead with them, tell them to talk to the students and let them know that these are the reasons why they increase this. But there's no way, even if the reason is that is like there are going to be some free things for students to enjoy, but the payment of that school fees is not going to be easy for some people, which is not going to be easy at all. So the student leader try as much as possible to um, get involved, to get to the root of the matter, but it seems the case is just too higher than them to solve. So
Now, lastly, do the school management influence the outcome of SUG elections, or do they handpick people that become or occupy SUG positions?
No, to
Because there's
me,
an insinuation that the SUG is weak.
yeah, to me, I would say currently the SUG body that we have now, they are not, they are appointed. No, they are not appointed, but elected. They are not appointed but elected because they are all students. As long as you are a student of University of Abuja, you have access to your port and you have access to your school portal. The voting process is done online, which all students are expected to go there, vote for who you want to vote for, then leave. That's it. I don't think the school should have or the school have influence in putting SUG. No, if the school should have it, they know who they can put there. So that's just the truth. That's the truth of the matter. If
Are
the
there not
semester,
cases? Are there not cases where students complain that they
yeah,
can't access their results online?
yeah, there are so many cases like that, and we feel that in most cases, like I am now, I've been a course rep from 100 level to the 300 level before finally becoming the president. And there are some challenges we face then, where we have some students being screened out from political science department before, so they find their way back to political science. And where they actually screen them to, they give them matric number. So that matric number is so confusing. Now, what we only plead for the school management to do is that they should try as much as possible to increase and see how they can make the portal work and how they can actually manage it well. That's it.
Okay, just aside from school question,
Yeah.
as a student leader,
Yeah.
if we are given an opportunity for you to grade the current government in power now,
The correct what?
the current government in power at the federal level, what will be your rating and your reason for that in
Is
their performance? In their performance,
okay to rate them
yes,
in
to
their
rate them.
performance.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. As a student leader and as a student of politics and a student of history, we know that the current issue and the current problem we are having in Nigeria now has been like has it has been happening right from time. It has been happening right from time. And for every policy to be implemented, there's going to surely be a downfall of something. It's going to affect something. The policy can't favor most people. You understand? It's not possible. Even if any policy is being made now, you still see some people that will celebrate the policy. They'll be like, okay, yes, this thing is actually benefiting us, and this thing is actually working out for us, working well. But going back to the less privileged, we know that even if they say the price of fuel should be 100 naira, some will still complain. They'll still tell you that 100 naira shouldn't be because during the time of Abaka Tafawa Balewa then as a prime minister, so all these things has been there. There's been hike in fuel. So we don't know. They should just try as much as possible to regulate and see how they can bring things back in shape. We know the solution can be one day solution, or at least hope and giving us reasons why all these things can actually come back in form.